Let's talk about multiplication with binomials. Remember, a binomial is a polynomial with two terms, and in special cases like what we're about to talk about, we have multiplication of two binomials that follows a certain process. We can use the distributive property of multiplication to solve problems like this, but when we have two binomials, in our case 3x plus 5 and 2x plus 3, we can follow the steps of FOIL. So what does that actually mean? Let's type that out real quick so you can see it. FOIL is a mnemonic device. It's basically a trick that tells us the steps to complete our multiplication in. So we do first, outer, inner, and last. What does that mean? So it's actually the order of the terms that we are going to multiply in. We will start with the first term of each binomial set, which is the 3x and the 2x. So we'll multiply 3x times 2x, and then we will do our outers. So the next one in this step. The outer refers to the far side of the binomial sets, which is 3x, it's on the furthest on the left, and then the 3 on the furthest on the right are your outers. So we will multiply those together, 3x times 3. And then we're going to do our inners, which is, you might be able to guess this, the terms that are the most inside on the parentheses. So the 5 is the closest to the middle, and the 2x is the closest to the middle for each set of the binomials. So we'll multiply the 5 and the 2x. And then last but certainly not least, we have our lasts. And that would be the last term of each set, which is our 5 and our 3. So we'll multiply those out. And at this point, you can see that we have accounted for all of the terms within our binomial sets. What we need to do now is go ahead and fill in our signs. Because we are combining using the distributive property of multiplication, we are actually just adding each of these terms up. And now we need to simplify. So I'm going to go ahead and go through and just follow traditional math steps. We've got our 3x times our 2x. 3 times 2, we've got 6. X times x, we have x squared. Next, we have 3x times 3. 3 times 3 is 9. X is by itself, we keep it alone. Plus 5 times our 2x, we have our 10x. Plus 5 times 3, plus 15. Okay, are we done at this point? Not quite. We need to check and make sure that we have simplified as far as we can go. What that means is we need to look for any other like terms that we can combine. At this point, 6x squared is pretty good on its own. We can just bring that down. However, the next set, we actually have some like terms here. If you see the 9x and the 10x, they both have an x in them, and it makes them like terms. It's the same amount of x. So we will add 9x and 10x together, gives us 19x. And then we have our regular plus 15. Plus 15. Okay, at this point, we are done with our foiling. So we have gone through and multiplied our first, outers, inners, and lasts of the binomial set, multiplying the 3x plus 5 and the 2x plus 3 together. We went ahead and followed each of those steps, combined the like terms, and got our simplified answer, that's 6x squared plus 19x plus 15. So let's try some more practice of this. We'll be right back.